Hi. I'm Bronwyn and I am with Joe. Welcome. As you come on to the live, let us know. So indicate in the chat so we know that we're not just talking to ourselves. We are quite happy to do so, though, because Joe and I love a good chat amongst ourselves. We do. And just before we came on, I said to her, what do you want to talk about when we go on? And she's like, I want to talk about dragons. So Joe wants to share about dragons. So Joe, why do you love dragons and why do you want to talk about dragons?
They're just
you picked the topic. Creatures. So why are dragons so awesome?
Well, they just are. They're just fascinating creatures. They're just protective. I just love them, and I think seeing a lot of the movies, which was How to Tame a Dragon and all that sort of stuff. I don't know. I just feel like I relate to them. I love them.
Right. Love them. She also wants, just in case you're wondering, she wants a Christmas tree that looks like a dragon.
Yeah.
This afternoon,
that lights up.
Yes, there's a Christmas tree that looks like a dragon, and that's what Joe is seeking to purchase.
Absolutely.
So awesome. So as you're coming in, so hi, Anne. Hi, Susie. Let me know. I'd love to know where you're coming in from. I always find that really interesting, where in Australia or beyond that you are coming in from. So why am I hanging out with Joe? Over and above the fact that she's cool and I enjoy her company. She makes me laugh. That's the thing. I met Joe a few years ago, and she can tell her side of the story. But and so she turned up in my world as a coaching student. But the thing that I loved about Joe, it never felt like work. At all. I would rock up and spend time sharing my knowledge, teaching her mediumship skills. I would spend so much time laughing and joking, and we would go left so often. I was like, what are we supposed to be focusing on? We'd have to bring ourselves back to what we were. It was so much fun. And that's what I love about hanging out with you. So much fun. So I know today is going to be fun. So we're going to be doing card readings. That's why we're here, not just to have a chat, but we will be doing card readings today. That's our intention there. So I enjoy hanging out with you because you're fun. But let everyone know, like, how did you, like, because you found me. So, like, what happened?
I did. So I signed up for a psychic mediumship trainee with Lisa Williams, and you were one of the teachers on there. So they had the trainee teachers, and you were one of them.
Yeah, when I was in America.
That was when you were in the US. So that was 22, 23, I think.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
And that's when the stalking began. So you were Aussie, and I thought, cool, someone close to home. And so then I started researching you, and then there was another time where I saw one of your Facebook Lives, and you pulled a card for me, and I felt really drawn to you because you had actually seen me. So we're talking about seeing people and acknowledging, and you really saw me, and it was awesome. And from then on, I discovered the college, so I researched you a little bit more.
Right, and I love the stalker. Awesome.
Yeah, and I stalked even more. Yeah, I was becoming a really good FBI agent, and so then I discovered the college and started doing courses and mentoring, and voila, here we are.
Great. I was in America for a month. I do remember teaching that. I know you showed me today, you pulled up the screenshot, and I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Obviously, I hadn't seen it from that perspective, like what it looked like on screen. I just know what it looked like with me, with all the stuff in front of me and the cameras and things like that, beaming around wherever I was beamed around as I was teaching on that day.
It was pretty awesome. Yeah.
It was fabulous experience. The whole month in America, I loved it. Great, challenging experience too, because there was a lot of testing involved to determine, I could do what I said I could do. So
cool. Awesome.
And then there was bonuses because then some people, obviously, like yourself, discovered that I existed. So that was pretty cool too.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah.
That's a bonus. And then you happen to be fun and still in my world later. So Joe, this is how much Joe is in my world. She's one of so I have the Psychic Mediumship College for anyone that doesn't realize. So that is a separate thing to the readings that I do. So I obviously provide one-to-one readings for people, but also my purpose is to transform lives through connection and awareness. Now, a big chunk of that is empowering those that want to connect into their intuition or their psychic, their mediumship abilities, or healing. And so the Psychic Mediumship College exists as the way to do that. And then there are some people that have come through the college that stand out or resonate on a level, right? So it's not a skill-based thing, it's a soul-based thing, right? So because there's lots of people that have got great skills, right? So it's not just that. It is a soul frequency alignment with the college. That's what it is. And Jo is one of those people that is a recommended reader through the college. So it's not just that she's got awesome skills, right? Because everyone that goes through the college ends up with profound skills. So it's that, but it's also the frequency that she holds that really resonates with and aligns with the college, right? So it's a multifaceted aspect in who ends up being on there. So Jo is one of our readers for that reason. So you're going to get to hang out with us for a bit. We're going to do some card readings now, just to set the frame on what that looks like. So these are going to be intuit readings. There might be a bit of psychic information, but they're in that intuit space. We won't be doing sort of, if you've got questions around health and things like that, we won't be addressing those in this public forum. I'm really conscious that this is a public forum, that other people can come and see this video that might know you, and I want to protect your privacy. So as we are going through this process, remember it is a different experience when it is a public reading compared to a private reading with Jo, right, or me, if that you're inclined. Whereas that we don't have to have the awareness that someone else might see what we're talking about. In a private reading, it's just between you and the reader. Here, it's not, right? So be conscious of that when we are answering some of your questions and things like that. They're like, oh, might seem a little bit vague or whatever, right? There's a reason why, right? There's a reason why we do that. We do that for you, not for us, to protecting you and your privacy. So I just want to say hello to a few people that are joining us. So hello, Jeanette. Hello, Susie, Denise, Elizabeth. Hi, Alexandria. Sarah. Hi. Elizabeth. There. Helen. Michelle. Janelle. Leonie. Pauline. We've got a couple of Sarahs on there. Sarah times 2. Aura, I want to ask Aura, what time is it? Should you be in bed? And there was someone else, and Anne should probably be in bed too, right? People coming in from America, Kim, Chanel, Yvette. Hopefully we've covered everyone. If I've missed you, I am sorry, Gabriella.
I'm going to say apologies in advance. Hello to everyone. Big hugs. But I'm a bit of a boomer when it comes to this stuff. So if I don't reply or like or give you a heart, I'm giving it to you now because I'm a boomer.
Fabulous. All right, Aura, not just say Aura's coming in from the US. It's 10:10. Not totally ridiculous time, but getting to the point where you should be in bed. Listen to me. I'm like a mum. Get into bed. There. All right. So, hi, Cameron. How are you? All right. So, if we've never played this game before, the way that we do this is you will put that you want a card, right? You're going to type that in the chat, right? That you want a card. And we will go to either whoever we see, because sometimes there's a lot of people there, or that we feel drawn to, right? So that's how it works in this space. So, yeah. All right. Now, sometimes too, right, when some people write specific questions, which I do like that. Some people want specific, some people want broad. If it's specific, just hang in there, right? Because sometimes we're letting the energy build with more of a general question, and then we're going to swing back to answer the specific question. So just be mindful if you've asked specific, if we don't answer it straight away, because sometimes that is what happens. All right, Joe. Anything else that you want to contribute to instructions? Okay. The other thing that I will say, I say that to Joe, but then I don't stop talking. You'd never know I'm an introvert, would you? Ever. Right? You'd chuck me in the space.
Same.
You'd never know. I really am an introvert. Put me somewhere else and I'll be the one that's trying to get out of the room. Listen to everyone else's readings. It's really important to do so, because what happens is, because we can't do individual readings for everyone, right? Spirit will tag. It's almost like they tag team. So they'll be like, oh, I know this message will land with, right, someone else. And so listen to other people's readings, because we could be directing it to, and we might say someone's name. You're like, that really makes sense for me. That really resonates. So don't discredit it just because we've directed it to someone else, because Spirit is great at doing that. All right. Hi, Astrid. How are you? All right. So, Joe, you organised?
Yes.
Right.
So she's not on screen now, but I was drawn to an Anna P, I think it is. Anna Pryor. Is it Pryor? Pryor, I think it was. Anna? Or
anyway.
I don't know if you're up there. Hang on. Where are you, darling? Yes, Anna. So this card, actually, when I was shuffling and saw your name, it jumped out on me. Hope, love, and acceptance. And that's coming from within, to actually love yourself more and to be more accepting of the things and the challenges that come up in front of you. Don't be so hard on yourself, and open your heart and accept the love. You seem to be, you're a giver. You give, but now it's time for you to receive. So open your heart. It's okay.
Awesome. As we do the readings too, if they make sense or resonate in some kind of way, it would be really fabulous if you indicated to us in the chat, because that does help us. It is also a nice energy exchange because we are transferring energy as we are doing this, right? So just so we know. All right, so I'm drawn to Yvette, and the card that's coming up for you is all about finding your people, right, and really connecting into that. So if you have struggled in that space to go, where I feel like I'm struggling to find my people don't really understand me, I can't trust or open up the way that I really want to, I'm being made aware that there is this shift and change coming for you there. And when I consider where, like when I'm putting it on a timeline, they're actually making me, I'm going into around that March space. So when you get around that time frame, I'm aware of your world opening up. Now, it's not going to be like all of a sudden like 15 people end up on your doorstep, you've got a whole new crew. No, but I'm aware of 2 or 3, particularly 2, that feel like these people are coming into your world almost like out of a surprise. They've been on the edge of your world, but all of a sudden there's a shift where they will come in a lot closer, and the connection that you will feel like you've known each other for quite a long time, even though you haven't. So there's a comfortableness about this connection where you can share. You're going to connect a lot on humor, but I'm also aware of connecting on either family values or children, because they're coming up strong too. So it could even be a bond that's around children there for you. But your world is going to be, I'm going to say, brighter and have a lot more energy in it, in that space, which is really, really nice. So, Joe, who are you?
Okay, Janelle, I have read your message, and I pulled a card for you, which is the Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide. So the messages I'm getting is that the answers that you're seeking are within you. So to sit, ask your questions, sit with it, let spirit be your guide, trust the signs and like the things that you are receiving that are true. Don't second guess, go with it. Don't overthink, go with it. Be more accepting of what's coming through. Trust the unseen. It's there for you. You are guided, you are protected, and you are loved. And let spirit be your guide.
Fabulous.
Thanks.
This is for Kim H. So 2 cards for you, Kim. One is really talking about significant change. So there's a lot of change that can feel quite dramatic or unexpected. So it's quite profound change there. And it's the removal of things. The phrase that often you might hear is removal of things that no longer serve you. So it is this really sweeping change. The other thing that I'm really aware of, it's almost like that, after you have a big thunderstorm, then there's the peace. It's really kind of peaceful after a storm, because I'm aware of the change. The second card is peace. So I know that if you've been through anything that it feels like challenging upheavals, it's almost like I can't catch my breath, almost I want to put my head out of the water, I get hit by another wave. It's this type of energy that is dissipating now, which is really nice. And it's like as if there's total calm coming as a result there. This does feel like it sits in like around what would be a work or whatever would occupy a majority of your time. So if there feels like it's been uneasy in that space, that you're at towards the end of that, because they keep showing me the end of the month that we're in. Are we December? I'm trying to figure where we are. Yes. I have to check my book. So what day is it? So because I'm aware of 12. So I'm aware that it's almost like when we cross over the threshold of the new year, that everything settles there. So there's this big letting go and shift for you, which is really nice, and a lot of peace as we move into the new year. And it's not something that you're really going to have to wait for either, because I'm aware some people, there's a shift in energy and it takes a little while for it to build. That's not the case. It's almost like as soon as we go into that January space, think there's clarity there. So a couple of weeks in, everything feels really different in that space. So enjoy whatever is moving out of your world for this calmness to come into your world. So, yeah. And you got feedback there from Janelle, which is awesome.
Thank you, Janelle. It was Janelle Walker, not Jeanette. Yeah. And I've got a beautiful card for our beautiful Melissa Fabian. Feeling the energy a lot, feeling the energy and how it's moving, and just like, it's like a little bit of a tornado. Gaia, having more grounded, being more grounded with yourself, coming back to earth, getting out more in nature, and being kind to yourself, taking time out for yourself to stay grounded, because the energy is just changing, and it's like we're going from 25 into 26. It's changing. Some people aren't coping with it. I think we've all been in a little bit of a turmoil with what's what and what's going on. But Spirit is just saying, come back to earth and just stay grounded. Much love.
Fabulous. Thanks. So this is for Helen. In regards to your question, Helen F., what I'm being made aware of, and I don't want to just give like a simple yes, no answer. The short is yes, right? And the reason being is because of the foundations or the building blocks, what is being done at the start. That is nice and solid. And so because that's nice and solid, what comes as a result of the initial process means that the outcome will be better than anticipated, is what I'm being made aware of. So the short answer is yes, but the reason why is because of what's the foundation that sits under it, the building blocks, the things that are being done at the start. That's what makes the difference. So if there's any shortcuts, don't do the shortcuts. Make sure the foundation is solid, and everything that is in that space that is suggested to secure the foundation of the process, that you lean into that, or the appropriate person leans into that. Yeah. You're welcome, Helen. All right. So, Joe, are you drawn to anyone there?
Pauline Monk.
Okay.
Claiming your independence, getting back your power, and setting boundaries too, I think. Claiming back your independence, doing what you want to do for yourself, taking the time to do that, setting your boundaries, and not being too afraid to say no. And not even an explanation, just no, as in no is a complete sentence, just no. So, and just doing what you want to do, what fills your cup up, and being more independent in the decisions that you make, that it's okay. That I kind of feel that with the decisions that you're making, that you're second guessing yourself. You're okay. You're doing fine. Trust in yourself. Go within. Thank you.
Awesome. And I love that no is a complete sentence. I wonder where you've kind of learned things like that, Joe. This is the interesting thing with the no, right? And I share this with a lot of people. It's not mine, but it is a very powerful thing. So when people want to, you have to give them an answer that you know they're not going to appreciate. All right, a no, right? Give them a heads up what's coming. And it could be as simple as, I'm going to disappoint you. You've already told them what's coming. And then I won't be, or no. And then no justification. Just because someone wants more information from you does not mean that you need to give more information. That is where you either hold your boundary or don't. When you actually give someone more information than they actually need to, just because they want it, means that you're not actually honoring yourself. So often that you do that you will actually give someone information that you actually don't need to. And sit with, actually, does that serve me by giving that or not? Or has it actually made the whole situation worse? When you can stand in the power of no without actually explaining yourself, you are an exceptionally powerful person. And remember, just because someone wants something from you does not mean that you have to accommodate them. You can choose to accommodate them if it serves you and it feels right for you. But if it doesn't, then stay in your power of saying no and honoring that. We all have boundaries, but very few of us hold them all the time. And it came up in a coaching thing today, and so it's kind of interesting and worth sharing, because this is going to land with some people, otherwise it wouldn't be coming up, is that we all make them, right? We all make boundaries. Some of us hold them, some of us don't. And if you held all your boundaries all the time, you'd probably end up being very lonely, because most people can't cope with someone holding their boundaries, because it's all about the other person not being able to manage or cope with someone holding their boundaries. It's not about the boundary. So think about when you let your boundaries down and you are flexible with your boundaries and you don't honor your boundaries. Think about the reason why you don't. Why you have actually abandoned yourself for someone else. Why have you done that? What need within you has been served by doing that? Allow yourself to sit in the honesty and truth of what that looks like. It may not be pretty when you really do that, when you're really honest with yourself about why you did that. If it's not pretty, then you're actually being truthful to yourself. If it still feels comfortable, then I'm saying you haven't gone deep enough. It's a really powerful space. And the interesting thing about spiritual development, right, is that and I say this to all the students, I can teach you all the skills in the world. I know how to do it. I'm really good at it. It is as known a genius to me. It is, right? I know how to take something exceptionally complex and make it really simple so you can integrate it. But Someone's psychic intuition or mediumship or healing abilities will be limited by the amount of work that they do on themselves as a soul and how well they allow themselves to evolve. How much they face their shadow, how much they lean into that, how much they actually own the truth of who they really are and how they show up. And then if they don't like certain components about that, to unpack why without judgment. In that space, in that process, when you do that work and you do that work all the time, your skills, no matter whether it's healing, mediumship, doesn't really matter, they will evolve. So every time that you get to a part that we call shadow work, which I don't even like that, but when we call it, because they make out that it's something terrible, but it's not. It's just the other part of us. And when we do that work, right, that work is so critical and it happens all the time. You'll do it and then you'll integrate it and then you'll go through a patch where you get to pause and catch your breath, and then you'll get another shadow work component, right? It shows up. It doesn't end if you want to keep evolving. And so I invite that. I've had a whole year of it, all in different ways, right? In different aspects of it. Not fun, right? I'm going to tell you, not fun. No, it's not fun. It's awful, right? Like, you want to be really human about it, but it's really important because I get excited by it because I'm like, awesome. What kind of crazy woo-woo stuff am I going to be able to do now once I integrate this and my soul has evolved? So I share that with you because there must be some reason why you guys all need to know that. Because that's stuff that I normally keep for my one-to-one students. Right? So some of you need to know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'll get off my box that I've been on there. So let's kind of see. All right. My turn. Okay. All right. So I just want to see where I am drawn. Thanks, Michelle. I'm glad you appreciate it. Okay. So, all right. Okay. All right. So I just want to see, I was kind of drawn to two people, but then I understand the why because both are kind of asking about relationships there. So who was it? It was Anne, I think, and my thing's gone about my love. Okay. And then we had Sarah. So I just want to get... All right. So what's coming up in the relationship space that is coming up for both of you, right? Because I couldn't decide on either of you. So I know this is for both. Is when we think about the relationships and so that more intimate space there and things because I'm being made aware of patterns, right? Things that are repeating cycles. And so it is about how do I get the type of relationship that I am seeking. I need to look at the patterns that I am presenting with. How am I showing up differently? I'm also being made aware too that in that space that the frequency shift that is required, and the tethering into what I've just kind of said in doing that soul work, that shift of doing that inner work and changing how you show up, the frequency that you hold will impact the kind of relationships that you bring into your world, particularly in the romantic space. It also make me aware of what you are accepting. So once again, they're tethering into what I talked about in boundaries. So I could see why I did that whole big monologue there, because they're linking it in there in that regard. So your relationships, thanks. And they're taking me into a future space. So I know that they're talking about relationships coming there. For these to be optimized, for these to be things that sit true, that feel right for you, it is about you making sure that your frequency is higher. So be the person that you want to attract. You probably have heard that before, but it is so true. And that applies to anything that you are doing, even if it's in a workspace. I know this is for other people because I can feel it's coming through like another channel space, right? So in that, so it is this frequency. So be the thing that you want to be, so then you will end up being the thing. So it's doing it before it actually comes into your reality, whether it's a job that you want or a relationship. So if you want to be loving, be loving. If you want to be adored, adore others. If you want to have joy, be joyful. It's that frequency that we're talking about. If you want to be a leader, show up at work as a leader, no matter what role that you hold. And then it will come to you there. So it is a whole frequency piece that they are referencing here for you in that regard. The other thing that I'm being made aware of too, and once again, boundaries are coming up really strong for you, Sarah. So when I look at you again, they're making me aware because you've got work and love, right? So I know boundaries there are things that you are needing to maintain and hold and speak your truth in regards to what is really important for you in that space, because they're making me aware of you not speaking what your truth is there to the degree that you should. So I'm aware of that. The other things, and in Anna, for you in regards to the relationship piece, all that stuff I said before remains true for both of you. But in regards to the relationship piece, I am aware of, and they take me into next year, and when I go where on the timeline, because I'm kind of leaning right in the future, right? I'm not going to fall off my chair like I'm drunk, or I'm leaning, right, for a reason. And they take me and they show me the number 4 and 5. So it's more in the second quarter of next year, closer to the middle. It's somewhere around that space that I'm going to call it a connection piece that has the potential to develop into a relationship. But I am also making you aware too, because they're actually putting their finger up and wagging it at you. So don't go in with blinkers, right? So I'm aware of doing the boundary work, doing the personal work, so when that relationship shows up, that you can maintain your boundaries, so the relationship is how you want it to be, right? You don't just settle, right? That's what they're telling me. Sorry, go for it.
That's good. So carry on. So I pulled a card for Kane. Is it Kane? Where are you? Kane Dini? Is that how you say it? And it's you're saying that you had a rough, bad 25. It's a carry-on from what Bronwyn was saying as well. But the card that I pulled was magic works through you. So shake that shit off for 2025. Do the work. Put the positive vibes out there. Ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And the magic sits within you. One step, one foot in front of the other, one step in front of the other, and one day at a time. You've got this. Change your energy around you. Like I said, shake that shit off, change the energy around you, and look forward. Leave that behind you. That's gone, that's done. And just keep moving forward. I hope that helped.
Awesome. You're welcome, Sarah, and Ian, you're both welcome. All right, so I just, where was I drawn to? All right, so this is for Angie, and it's smoke and mirrors. So that tells me to be really aware of things not appearing as they seem, really feeling into that. I am aware of your intuition, so I know that you have a strong intuition. So don't just take things on the surface. And this is sitting around family, and I'm aware of extended family, so not those that potentially might live under your roof there. So things are not as they seem in that space. Words don't match actions, or words don't match vibrations there too. And I'm also aware that things almost like as if there's information, conversations that you're not privy to off to the side that you're not aware of, that I'm aware of in that space for you too. So it is really relying on your intuition, your instincts to feel into what is really being said or what's really going on in situations, rather than surface for you there too. The other thing too that I'm being made aware of too, thanks, is they just said change at work. So whatever you do for work, because I'm not sure what that is, I'm aware of that shifting and changing and expanding or blossoming, becoming more, just by the way that they're showing me, like it's spreading out. So I'm aware of it becoming more, which is feels nice. It doesn't feel overwhelming or any of that nature. It feels really nice for you in that space. You may be a little bit frustrated because you might want it to be faster than what it is, because I'm aware of this, I want it to be more space, but we know that it happens exactly how it's meant to, right? So it's just breathe and calm down. It's happening at a perfect space, but you might just be a little bit frustrated that it's not a bit faster.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, this one's for Jessica.
I need a little indicator. It's like, boom, Belle, your turn.
This one's for Jessica Racco. So there's two cards that were pulled out. One was slow and steady wins the race. So as it says, slow down, breathe. Everything doesn't have to be done yesterday. Like, just slow down, pace yourself. But also, the other card that I pulled was you're looking to connect to your lineage and find out more about your ancestors, and the family wounds that were carried through to your ancestors and how they are affecting you now to do the work. So it's slow pace. I don't know whether you've actually started doing the work on that yourself, working through, the limiting beliefs, what's happened, whatever happened. But pace yourself, slow and steady, and the answers will come. But also the answers are within you as well. So yeah, don't squash them, but just slow down. Just slow down. It's not a race. It's not a race. I hope that helped.
Very good. All right. So I'm drawn to Jeanette there. So she's asking about a house or staying where she is. It's really interesting. So this card's come up, which is come to the edge. So I find that an interesting card, considering we're talking about moving or not. So in that, I want to allow more information to come through. So whilst it might seem like it makes sense to move, right, I'm being made aware that it's not actually the right time to move. I'm being made aware that there will be an indicator, there'll be some kind of communication that will come through, that it won't be. It'll be more like fix up where you are, or clean up where you are, or do something to where you are currently, rather than move. The hindsight piece, where you'll understand why, will be before the middle of next year. There will be a shift and change that is outside your control. It's nothing to do with you. It's not like bad luck or anything to do with you, but you will then see where you stayed. That's the reason why you should have been there. It's like, I needed to stay here rather than move, right? It's not that you won't move, it's just the wrong timing right now. So it's like put a pin in it. And they show me 1/8, so I know that represents probably about 18 months. So there is a delay in the move. It's not the right time now. So if you need to clean up, fiddle up, make something look better, it's more the time for that rather than a relocation.
I pulled a card for Andriana. Hello, lovely. Like I said, you probably missed it, but I'm a boomer, so I can't. So the cards that I've pulled, I've actually pulled two. It's called me to pull two. So you're at a stage, feeling that you're at a stage where you're kind of a bit stagnant. You have so much drive and passion that you need to express, but you feel like you're being held back. Just sit with yourself and ask questions to yourself, because you know the answers are within. You know the answers are here. But also don't lose your playfulness doing it. Like, you need to have more fun. And then you'll find that you'll get into the rhythm of life, of how things are going. Some things are dragging you down at the moment, but you need to find that passion. You have that passion there. It's there. You just need to kickstart it again. And I think too, being more playful. Don't be so hard on yourself. Being more playful, going out there and just let it rip. Put yourself out there, girlfriend.
Fabulous. All right, so I saw Kath on here. Now, I do know Kath. And this was the card that came up, and it's shining through. So I don't want to get in my head about what that means for you, Kath, so I want to actually draw another card, but it does actually mean like that's a really positive card, right? So I want to get a clarity around that. Thanks. And so, because I do know some things about you, right? And so in this, it's a powerful move. So whatever you are contemplating, because I don't know that, right? So whatever you are contemplating, whatever that looks like, this in the plan that you are creating, right? It is going to be very positive, because we've got power. This I probably can't see, but it says powerful move and shining through. So whatever you're contemplating, and you might tell me later, that do it. Right? Basically, do it because it has a really positive outcome on what you're working through, or how that plan sits, whatever it's aligned to there. The other thing too that I'm being made really aware of here too is that there is a couple of things. So in this space for what you are working your way through, thanks. I just want to get the timing. Thanks. These will be either three options, or three of something. You might have to do something 3 times, but 3 is coming up strong around this. So it could be 3 things you've got to investigate, 3 things you've got to do. So it sits in that space. But I'm also aware too of because they show me 6 and they say the word weeks. So I'm also aware as far as a timing, whatever these 3 things are that you are doing, these plans or these actions that you have to take, or referrals or contacts, the end result of those, or what is actualized in that space of this being really positive, you're going to feel the difference of that around that 6-week time, to the point where it's not fully resolved, whatever you're working on, but it definitely feels like it's half resolved. Like it feels so much that you feel like it's resolved, even though it's not fully resolved. But it gives you the sensation like it is. So the relief or the release is that great.
Pardon me. I've just pulled a card for Debbie Marlowe. Time for a deep dive. Deep dive into, you're saying, are you on the right path? Is it really what you want to do? Is this your why? Is this something that you're passionate about moving forward? Because you have the potential where you are right now, the sky's the limit. To just keep going, learning, keep going, learning, keep going. Yes, you might come back, but you're just going to push forward, push forward, push forward. Deep dive into what it is that you're actually looking to do, whether that's a business adventure, starting a business adventure, carrying on with what you are now, but with what you are now may be a little bit sluggish. So just revamp it a bit, but you have the potential to just smash it out of the park. So go you.
Awesome. For those that are feeling like Jo's awesome like me, right, and I'm biased 100%, right, we've already ascertained that because she entertains me, makes me laugh, all the things, right, all the things that are really important to me, right. Entertain me and you've got me, right, like it really is. All you do is make me laugh and I'm like, oh, yay. I'm a simple girl. For those that do like Jo's energy, think it resonates with you, the link to be able to connect with Jo is in the chat. Now, I will let you know this, right? There is a little bit of a wait to connect with Jo because look how awesome she is. But if you want to connect with her in January, by all means, you need to get on that, right? And hang out with her. She's an exceptional medium. We're demonstrating our, the sort of the intuitive skills here. But I know because I've tested her. So she's an exceptional medium and a fabulous psychic. So if you're looking to connect with a loved one or to get insights on what's coming up for you in the new year, Jo is definitely the person to connect with. I don't say that kind of stuff lightly. So by all means, the link, as I said, is in the chat, and that's how you would, make contact with her via the Psychic Mediumship College. Okay, all right. All right. You are welcome, Kath. All right. Okay. Thanks, Kath. Appreciate it. That's one of your highlights of the week. Awesome. All right, my turn, I assume. Looks like we're waiting for me.
Yes, we are.
I forget what I'm doing. So this is for Nat. So Nat, this card is the land between two worlds. So what's coming up for me in that regard for you is this decision space. So it's like, do I go this way? Do I go this way? And then not knowing which is the direction to take. And in this space, what I'm also being told is that whilst there is truly no wrong way, there is one that is standing out stronger, or there's a bigger pull to that, and that's the way that they are encouraging you to go. This does feel aligned to how you would occupy yourself, so in that workspace rather than in a decision around home or something else. It feels around that like a purpose type of energy there. But even if you chose the other way, either way, they do both seem aligned and feel right for you. But I am aware that one is stronger, and it definitely feels in the spiritual space to me, because I'm just seeing dead people somehow in that kind of space. All right, so it might not be mediumship, but it is definitely spiritual aligned. In that for you. Thanks. The other thing that I've been made aware with you too is I see small groups. So if there's anything that makes sense to you, that you would either be demonstrating your skills in small groups, these could be in homes or small like spiritual churches or something like that, because it's quite a small group. That this is a space that is really going to help you blossom and bloom in that. And it's about allowing yourself to lean into that. So if you've been making excuses, and some of those excuses might be valid, like there could be family-oriented reasons, I'm being told that they're excuses, right, rather than reasons. So then it would be questioning, like, how do I lean into my purpose, my path a little bit more than what I am there. But it does feel aligned to work, and it does feel spiritual work, and I am being made aware of, as I said, I just saw dead people, so that says mediumship to me. Yeah.
Alrighty. So I'm up.
It's your turn. Off you go. Yes. God, we forget that we have other people here, Joe. It's not just us.
Oh. I just pulled a card for Jules Jones, and it's Hummingbird Spirit. Be in the here and now, in the present moment. A lot's going on at the moment in your life, and we are coming into the silly season, but it's just reminding you to be more in the present moment and enjoy, pretty much like stop and smell the flowers. Give yourself permission to just stop what you're doing, take a deep breath, smell the flowers, sit down and have a coffee, but really enjoy it. So that time that you're actually experiencing in that now, whether it's meditation, whatever you do, try not to think about what you've got to do next. Just enjoy and be in the here and the now, and watch the magic happen when you do. I hope that helped.
Fabulous. I've pulled a card. She hasn't asked for a card, but I've just been drawn to her. So you're getting one, Catherine Jones. You didn't ask for one, but you're getting one. And that is about asking for help. So if that brings to mind, thanks, that your independence and the level of independence that you have actually is not always a positive. It actually means that you're not allowing people to be able to assist you and for them to have the feeling what it feels like to help others. So whilst you are very capable of doing things, remember that sometimes by just letting people help you, you're actually gifting someone the opportunity to feel fabulous for helping. So allow people to help you. You don't have to do it all yourself, because I'm hearing the word delegate. I'm also being made aware too that if you need support or it sits around family or younger people, allow people to step up in that space and help you in that way. All right, so we have just a smidgen time left. We are going to do the 1, 2, 3 game. That is where, so if we haven't played that before, that is where you put either 1, 2, or 3 down, and we will do 3 readings. They're going to be combined readings. Joe will add a bit, I'll add a bit. You will connect into whatever number feels right for you, right? And take what out of all the things that we say, say like reading number 1, what resonates with you. The whole reading might resonate. There might be just components of it that resonate. So take what lands for you, disregard what doesn't, whatever. But take the bits that Spirit brings through that really feel like, oh, that makes sense to me. So connect in as we're kind of shuffling, whether you feel like your message sits in number 1, number 2, or number 3. As we do this process, and put it in the chat that you're 1, 2, or 3, whichever one you are there. And as we do this, what I want you to do is, because we're all playing along together, right? It's an energy pool that we are all together. That you take some deep breaths in as if you are breathing in through your heart. As if you're breathing in through here, you're going to pull the air up into your head. Then you're going to breathe out normally. It's going to center your nervous system. You're going to do it 3 times as we shuffle. And as we shuffle, we actually do stuff, like if you're wondering. We are sitting here, and Jo is doing the same thing, I would assume. She's doing her process, but I'm doing this, and I'm actually talking to my guide. And it's like, the people that are drawn to number 1, what do they need to know now that's going to serve them the best in the way that they need to be served? Like, what answers that are sitting in their heart can we help them with?
Yeah.
Right. As I shuffle, right? And then I do that until I get an awareness, a pull. I hear the word again, to stop. Then when I stop, I will pull out whatever I'm drawn to pull out. Might be 1 card, might be 3 cards. And that's the process. And then I will go through the process of reading those cards. And that process of reading the cards is not actually, I have no reference at all of what the authors said about the particular card in the book. It is really using the card as a jumping off point of symbology to allow my guide to work within my subconscious to bring through information that makes sense. That's what I do. That's how I work. That's my process. All right. So whenever you can go when you're ready, Jo, or I can.
Yep. So for number 1, I pulled the squirrel spirit, which is believe in yourself. And I think that we tend to not do that. We don't. Sometimes it's kind of telling us to trust yourself more, to believe in yourself, that you can do things, and not to self-doubt, and to believe in yourself to the point where you've got this. Yep, life is hard. Things are changing all the time. Unfortunately, we live in a world of change. We either adapt or we don't. Some people move on, some people can't handle it. But believing in yourself and believing what you want to do for yourself, I think, is really important in this time, especially in this time, because I feel that the energy all around us is just moving so fast that some of us feel like we're being left behind. So believing yourself that you can get through it, you can do it, and you've got this.
And to add on to those that are drawn to number 1, it's really interesting. These cards all have a very similar energy, even though it's 3, which is about deep knowing, co-creating, and wish upon a star. So it is that energy of knowing the way you already know within you what you need to do. Even though you are working with spirit, you're working with the universe, you might be manifesting and trying to co-create in that space, hoping that things, and I say hoping, like hoping and wishing that things will work out. But on a level, that's the wrong way to go about it. I'm not saying to not do that, but they're making you aware of actually sitting in the energy of you, that you hold now, and know that that frequency has the ability to be able to pull things into your world beyond what you anticipate. It's about focusing into the depths of the universe with a really clear desire of what you want, without defining what it looks like, but knowing exactly what it will feel like, and then pulling that towards you. And every time that you think of that, to repeat the process as if you're looking into the dark, wishing, if you wanted a relationship, what that would feel like, the energy and the emotion that you would have when you had that in your world, and pull that to you, and to rinse and repeat, and to keep doing that, and it will yank that to you faster than you realize. So whatever you're trying to bring into your world, you have the ability to be able to do it. You're just not doing it in a way that brings it fast enough to you. And all you have to do is to go into the quantum and know that you can create anything that you want to in that space, by knowing what it will feel like when you have it and yanking it to you. But don't put too much restriction around how it manifests. That's for number 1.
Okay, number 2, nurture. The nurturer, which is kind of like a flow-on effect from believing yourself, which number 1 is to nurture yourself. Yes, you are the nurturer. You nurture other people, your family members, the people that you love, but don't forget yourself. Nurture yourself, because you matter. You're worthy as well as everybody else. And don't be afraid to step back, take a deep breath, and say, okay, yes, I can, or no, I can't. No, I'm not doing this now. But just nurture yourself in a way moving forward. And you'll start to adapt to that rhythm of, yes, you're looking after yourself, you're nurturing yourself. And to nurture yourself, you'll be able to nurture the ones around you that you love as well.
And so to add to the number 2 people on that, the other energy that is also coming through there is in regards to letting go. So it's a timely, being the end of the year. So one of the cards is all about letting go. So we're letting go, but in that letting go space, it is allowing to release what isn't actually making you happy, because there is a whole new lot of energy coming in around happiness for you, and to bring you joy, and to connect into that inner child energy, that playfulness, to do that, and to really then hone into your purpose. So what lights you up? Sometimes people don't understand what their purpose is. It doesn't mean that it has to be your job. It's the reason why you exist. To know what would get you out of bed. What's the thing, even when you don't want to get up, that you will get up for? That's your purpose. And then how do you make that part of your everyday life? And when you do that, Spirit is reminding that when you really connect into the reason why you exist, the negative emotions don't exist, and you can connect into the power and source of energy that will create joy and happiness in you all the time. So easier said than done, I know, but they're reminding you that think about what gets you out of bed, what lights you up, what makes you do something when you feel like you have no energy to do that. What is that thing? Is it helping people? Is it bringing peace? Is it healing? Is it sharing your knowledge? What is it? Don't worry about how you do it, just do it. Every opportunity that you have to allow the ripple of your existence to be able to be spread amongst those that come into contact with you. That is your purpose. Right, to do what you are here for constantly. And when you do that, the joy that you are seeking will just be part of your everyday life. And if you feel tired or exhausted, it will disappear. Because when you connect into your purpose, that is your fuel for existing, your fuel for going through your day. So spend time connecting into your purpose, your why.
Okay, so with number 3, I've pulled it again, funny enough, the card's pulled again. It's being mindful of the planet and coming back to earth and staying grounded. And I think this time of year, we all need to do that for ourselves, staying grounded. Everyone's burnt out. It's coming up to the end of the year. Just connecting with nature, being kind to yourself, and, just coming back to earth and staying grounded. Go out and do the things that you want to do. Take a walk, no shoes, and hug a tree.
No shoes, talking my language.
And hug a tree. And just be kind to yourself. It's coming up to the end of the year where everything's going batshit crazy. And just grounded. Stay grounded.
And I've got a card here that's Earth Magic, so also for number threes, so and two others as well. So for those that are drawn to number three, the message that is coming through from Spirit is anything that feels unjust or unfair, or it doesn't feel like it's been balanced, that is all going to be resolved. So I'm aware of things coming into balance. I'm also aware too of things that if there's been any kind of deception or anything that doesn't feel like you have been able to take things on face value, that will also be just eroded and you'll get to see clearly. The interesting thing in regard to that too is that they are making me aware that this is something that you have been resisting. You've known it, but it's like a red flag that you wish to ignore. So they're encouraging you to lean into the things that feel a little bit uncomfortable, to see the things that you have not wanted to see, and that will allow any kind of, in regards to that magic of life, to come through. Because when we live in denial, we're actually missing the opportunity to have the joy, happiness, and peace, because we're hanging on to things that no longer serve us. And so they're reminding you to face the truths that you don't want to face, so you can move through them and grow through them and actually evolve through them. So then you're able to have what you seek that's on the other side. And that is the peace, that is the magic, that is the connection with others, but also with self. And that's the big thing that's coming up for you, is to really be able to connect with you, who you are, and the energy that you are. And in whatever way that manifests for you, they're not prescribing, that they're allowing you to actually lean into what that is for you. And as you move into next year, that's going to come even stronger and you won't be able to resist it. It may mean that you develop and learn, read books, do some things to allow that to really come to the surface for you. But it's a really exciting time for you. So allow what needs to clear so you can move into the next chapter with a lot more grace, ease, and peace.
Beautiful.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. It's like a mic drop when they start talking. And just so you know, right, and I know I've said this before on lives, but I not everyone's always on the same live, right? So you don't always know. You'll notice a little bit things sometimes a little bit different with me. So when my voice gets a little bit different, and the words, the tone might be just a smidgen different, the flow is a bit different. It's coming through me. It's a very different experience to say when I do read the cards. It comes from one comes from my guide, and one comes from higher than that. And so you'll be able to tell based on the delivery, the tone, and the language structure, that when it like those, the card readings at the end come from a higher frequency than the spirit guide readings that come during the earlier part of the reading. Channeling, otherwise known as. Right, and so it's channeling higher, more divine beings in that space for those cards of 1, 2, and 3. Not to take anything away from my spirit guide, which is really awesome. Right, that helps in the other space. Okay, so thanks, Joe. So anyone that thinks Joe is cool, like me, awesome reader, all the things,
biased.
100% biased. I am 100% biased, right? As I said, she entertains me. That's all it takes.
Can I play my music?
Oh, sure. Play your music.
Oh, now it's gone. Oh, hang on. Here it is.
Because she knows music's a thing for me too, right? She knows how to win me over. Make me laugh. Play me some music.
I got my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody.
Thanks, Joe.
Okay, enough now.
Now you can see, you could only imagine what coaching Joe was like, why we went left.
Naughty
we
kid.
got there, though.
Naughty kid.
We got there. So thank you, Joe, for coming and showing everyone your gifts, sharing your energy with everyone that's been here. Thank you, everyone that has come and held space and contribute into the energy that we all become when we're in this process. So it's not just us doing our thing. You bring your energy and we become a big collective of energy. So I do appreciate that. I never want to underestimate that. Some people don't realize what you bring in that space. It's been fun. I knew it would be fun hanging out with you, Jo. It's always fun. We forget that there's other people watching.
I just want to say thank you for everybody that showed up, and for Bronwyn for coming into my life. But also just a message to the collective that we all work really hard. We're all hard on ourselves, and let's just be kind to ourselves. Let's just take a deep breath, take time for ourselves, and enjoy the break over Christmas and the New Year, and just keep dancing.
Yes, keep dancing.
Just enjoy.
Yes, Jo does like a dance. We do have video footage.
I dance like nobody. That's my inner child. She dances like nobody's watching. She loves
100%. She does it. And we have video footage of our Christmas party of Jo dancing with strangers.
And calling people different names.
At the Opera House forecourt. Not where you should be dancing.
At least I didn't fall in.
True. So have an awesome weekend, and enjoy whatever you are doing in that space. Remember that you create the ripple, right? There was lots of divine messages sprinkled in today. There was channeling in lots of parts of this. So I hope that on some level, some of that has landed in the way that it needed for you. For me, in that space, when I reflect back on what some of the stuff that was shared, it really was about your frequency and how you show up, the things that you accept and the things that you don't accept, and allowing you to really step into the power of who you are. So as you take those messages, take those and really hang on to them, particularly as you're going into Christmas, the holiday season, and you're interacting with people that you might not interact with all the time. And know that the power of no, right, that we've shared in this space, that you have the power to maneuver through things without being triggered, without being upset. Pause, use your breath, and don't join people where they are. Stay where you are. Don't drop to their level if that's what you are confronted with. Stay in the power of who you are and the divine spark that you are, and don't lower yourself, even if someone wants you to meet them there. Have an awesome weekend. Smile and have fun. And if you're inclined to be like Jo, dance with strangers in public areas where people don't dance. Have a great